Restoration is brought to you by Fan Yogo.
Hello everyone, you're welcome to an all-new season of Restoration. And today I have to say I've really missed all of you. And viewers at home, I have missed all of you. But you were cheating me small somewhere, some places be. But don't worry, I still love you all the same. And I would like to say a very big thank you to our sponsor, Fan Yogo, power-packed nutrition on the go. You know what I do lately? Me and my bad habits, I just love to experiment. So what I do with my Fan Yogo, you want to know? Yeah. I use it to make cake. Wow. Yeah. Instead of sugar, because lately I'm trying to be healthy. So instead of my sugar, I just use Fan Yogo. And I add a little bit of the butter. You should taste it. And don't worry, I'm going to give you my Fan Yogo cake to try. How much are you going to bribe me? No, you have to, hey, why, it's cooking for free. Oko restaurant, I won't jaka. How much are you paying me? But don't worry, I'm going to give you that treat before Christmas, okay? And I know you would love it and you would try it at home. And I would even share the process with all of you viewers at home so you can try for the kids because it's very healthy, no sugar, less butter. So the kids are just on point. They are not taking too much of sugar because sometimes sugar can be a little bit too much for the kids. I would also like to say a very big thank you to La Palm Royal Beach Hotel where we record all the time. I really, really appreciate them. And of course, to Yas Sanitary Pad. Ladies, red time of the month is always Yas. So make sure you're getting all your Yas Sanitary towels all over supermarkets across Ghana. And of course, my Hooch Crunchy Complex. Haven't you missed Hooch? Since we've not been getting Hooch, eh? Don't worry, I'll sort you out. And Hooch is my breakfast choice every day, every morning, whenever. I would also want to say a very big thank you to DDP and of course to you, studio audience and beautiful viewers at home. I'd also like to say a very big thank you to Special Ice Mineral Water and Special Drinks. Today on Restoration, I think it's a privilege to have him start our new season. Please let's welcome the General Overseer of Glorious Wave International Church, Prophet Emmanuel Badu Kobi. Hello, Daddy, welcome. Daddy, how are you doing?
I'm blessed.
For an ordinary Ghanaian, an ordinary person who is not so much into Abrofosem, what is dispensation?
Okay. I greet you for the great work you are doing.
Thank you, Daddy.
Dispensation is about a season. You see, the problem we have as mankind is that we've never paused to ask ourselves that, what time are we in? Okay. When it is night, you know it's night, right?
Yes.
You go to bed. When it is day, you wake up, you go to work. Why? You know what time it is. As is it Michaelasian or it's Fan Yogo time? Or is it a Saturday?
Yeah, it's Fan Yogo time. And Fan Yogo is our sponsor too.
So, as long as you go through that process, you must also ask yourself that the God who made this heaven and earth, especially this earth, what is the season or what is the moment? What is it for? If you don't know it, you are wasting your time in this earth. So,
are you saying prophetically, spiritually, the season is always designed ahead?
Not as design. Oh, yes, it's designed ahead. But when you get into that season, you must discover it.
How will we, you and I, who don't have prophetic eyes, see?
That is why we need a prophet. You see, it's so bad the church has not been called church to work with a prophet. A prophet is the one who is able to see ahead of time and be able to say that this is this time. But you see, the church, everything we make it Bible. But Jesus never said we should use only Bible. He says, ye err, not knowing the scriptures, nor the power of God. So you must know scriptures. You must also know matters of the power, which is Matthew 22:29. But the church is is so serious, and the concentration is only on scriptures. And some a man of God will just pick the Bible and tell everything is Bible. No. John chapter 20 is there. John 21 is there. So if all things Jesus did, if they were to be written in the Bible, that it cannot contain it. So we need to get certain truths. There are certain things that happened, it is hidden. We need to go into the spiritual and discover it.
So as an individual, let me even start with as a nation. We all know the times we're in. What are we supposed to do?
Do we understand? Do we really understand the times we are in?
I think everybody thinks it's political.
Everybody
is blaming somebody here and there.
That's the politicians, because they are all ignorant.
So it's nobody's fault.
The
it's
politicians
just the time.
know nothing. Do you know what they know? Promises. And then after that, when they come, they will to travel. They get per diem. That's all they know. Talking about the matters of how this earth is run, they don't know it. So as long as they don't know it, they always promise us and they will fail.
They will fail.
Do you know what they do? When they come, they tell you, okay, we've just arrived. The past government could not do well. We are now putting things in order. For the first 4 years, okay, give us time to, then now let's give us another mandate. So that's all they do. They can't change your life. The greatest enemy, apart from the devil on this earth, is the politician of man. The politician.
What you are saying, I'm like, so now we should even listen.
Who gave them, who told them to promise human beings? Because you don't even know what will happen the next day. Why do you promise a human being? So, and you see, they raise the hopes of their citizenry. Then they believe that when they go there, then they begin to change and they shift and now they begin to say other things. Whilst they are enjoying all, let's not believe them. This NPP, NDC, they don't believe any of them. Don't believe any of them.
So what?
Whether PPP, Ekuyadonko, nobody must be believed. I'm telling you the truth.
We just have to believe
this
in
is
God.
I'm saying. At times, people say, Kobi said it. Whatever they say, they can't do it. Let Ghana bring Nanado today. He can't do it. Let President Mahama stay on the seat. He can't change it.
So who can change it?
Only the person who knows the time, number two, and knows what to do. It is in 1 Chronicles 12:32. The sons of Issachar, one of the tribes of Israel, they knew what the time. They had understanding of the times, and then therefore they knew what Israel ought to do. You see, the tribes were not, there were 12 tribes. Now one of them was Judah. They always be praising God, singing. You can be singing and not know the time. One of the tribes, so much strength. You have strength, not know the time. But the sons of Issachar, they knew the time. And so they knew what Israel ought to do. If you don't know the time, you don't know the message, you don't know the program. So you just only be playing around thinking, oh, we are doing what we are doing, but you miss it. That is where some of us have come in to show, especially Christians, especially Ghanaians, especially mankind, that the time we are in is a special time. And to expose it to them.
How special is this time?
Thank you, great woman. You see, God did something in Genesis. We still could not catch it. He said, let there be time, let there be this for days, years, all those things, and for seasons. And he left it like that. Then he started what we call that beginning, the time, how to go about it. Then he started with them, but you know how God is. Every dispensation, he has a program. What he did with Adam wasn't the same thing he did with Moses. Wasn't the same thing he did with David. Now, God saw that after the fall of Adam, Jesus must come at a specific time to salvage us, which is called salvation. So to take us from the hand of the devil, and now another time will start. That's why the Bible says that acceptable year that he has come. Luke chapter 4, verse 18 to 19. He has come at acceptable year. Yeah. The Spirit of the Lord is upon me. He has anointed me to preach the gospel. He ended that he has come at acceptable year. That means God wrote a time that Jesus must come. Now, This is the mystery. Hosea chapter 6. And what I'm saying, if you don't understand spiritual things, you can't explain. Hosea chapter 6 says that on the first day and the second day, he will revive us. But on the third day, he will raise us up, and we shall live in his sight. Do you know what it means? That's the book of a prophet. So it needs another prophet to interpret. First day, you see, Jesus came. And 2 Peter 3, verse 8 says that 1,000 years is but one day. And the church has wrongly interpreted it. 1,000 years is one day. It's not about us, we think one day is 1,000 years. No, it is a prophetic statement. 1,000 years is one day. So when Jesus came, for the first 1,000 is one day in the sight of God. The second 1,000, which is 2,000, is 2 days.
It's 2 days.
Now we are past 2,000, so we are in the third day.
That's resurrection.
Say it again.
Resurrection.
That's it. So the third day, something must happen. And it is not for the unbeliever. It is not for the nations. It is not for the kingdoms. It is for the one Jesus came to save. This is his time. Now, for him to rule and reign, somebody must go down. Who must go down?
I was just about to ask.
According to Isaiah 60, any nation, Isaiah 60 verse 12, any nation and kingdom which does not bow to you shall perish. So who have to go down? Nations must go down, kingdoms must go down, wicked individuals must go down, proud individuals must go down, for one person to be exalted, the church. That's why in Romans 8 it says that the whole world is waiting for the manifestation of the sons of God. It is our time. We are going to rule and reign. You see what will happen. So many big banks. Some few years ago, World Bank will bring money to Ghana. You see them signing. These days, you see it again. It's gone. It will never come back again. The nations that were bringing us money, all of them have problems now. America has their own headache. After this 9/11. Which country again? All of them. Germany, they don't come back. They are not coming back. Britain,
UK.
so bad. Now they can't steal anything from Africa again. It's over for them. You hear what I said? They can't steal anything from Africa again. It's over for them. Which country again? All of them. They are all down. Every day there's a problem on their head. So which money will they now raise and bring
it back to you to compensate you?
It is over. So the truth is that for now, people must go to scriptures and see the time. What is this time? What is happening now?
So on God's watch, what time is it?
It is time for exaltation of the church.
Amen.
When I say the church, I'm not talking about religious people. Those who just go to the house of God to sing. And I'm talking about people who have connected to God by covenant. And after covenant, they know the divine program. And number 3, they know the principles to get the program working for them. Not those who just go to church. God is not going to raise all people. He's going to raise those who are connected by covenant. Gather those who have a covenant with me by sacrifice. So it's about the people who know their God, not just anybody. And that's what is going to happen. So I'm excited though. It's our time. Very soon the president.
Amen.
Very soon the president and all these people should come to the church to ask for loan. Yes, it's going to happen. He said, you shall lend unto many nations, and you shall not borrow. Scripture must be fulfilled. Hallelujah. It's going to happen within the few moments. And I believe some of you will even give loan to Ghana.
Amen. Amen.
Restoration.
Now I'm excited because it's looking like we are in a grace dispensation.
I will use my word, not grace, favor.
Favor dispensation.
Yes, but it goes with a price. Grace doesn't go with a price. You see, grace of God is free. But to have favor of God, you pay for it. It's in Proverbs chapter 3. Favor is something you work for. Grace, you don't need to work for it. So it works for you. That's why in the midst of a Christian sinning, grace is still working for you. My grace is sufficient for you. But for favor, you work for it. So we are in favor time. So for everybody to be exalted, you must know the program. And number 2, the principles for the program. So that when you apply it, program works for you.
I know for spiritual things, there are codes, there are passwords. How does somebody activate their favor?
To activate your favor, it is so simple. Favor can be activated when you know the principles to activate the favor. That's all. That's all. The wise shall inherit glory. What he's trying to say is that if you know what to do, like for instance in John, in the book of John, chapter 6, Jesus met them and they were hungry. The Bible said that he himself knew what to do. Do you know the problem of the church? We are good in singing, we are good in dancing, we are good in clapping, we are good in fasting, we are good in a lot of things. But we don't know principles that bring change.
Can you kindly share?
I've not said fasting doesn't bring change. Fasting brings change. But you see, it's not everything that is fasting. Do you know that it's too bad of the church? Everything, let's fast and pray. Everything, kalababo, like everything, a prayer. No. Jesus said for this kind, it is by fasting and prayer. Not every kind. But the church uses fasting and prayer for everything. And we are wrong. For instance, when you have headache, you go for a medicine connected to headache. When you have stomach ache, you try and use headache medicine
to solve it.
In fact, you remain
in that same condition.
In that condition, the next thing is that we have to just get your body to the mortuary. So do you know the problem of the church? The church doesn't know this thing. How do you do it? This thing, how do you do it? Do you know why the church has a problem? In the 80s and the 90s, when the move came, and the men of God were helping the church, without even teaching the principle, the church was prospering. You know why? That time was not the time for exaltation of the church. For everything to go down for the church to be exalted. That time, it was revival time. Everything was there. In the 80s, some of you remember, Geisha, easy to come by. Those things easy to come by. So the man of God inspiring you make it was not a problem. In our day, go and tell someone you make it and shout here. Nothing will happen. Do you know why? You need the principles to make the thing work. Because the unbeliever is coming down because he lacks principles. Now you, the Christian who wants to go up, you don't know principles. You don't even have directions. And you say you go up. It's not possible. So the church must ask, what don't we know? There's something we don't know. And I want to say it boldly on air. Some men of God, their time has come and gone. But they are still doing ministry. Yes. You don't know what they must do? They must now adjust to the present dispensation. But they are still speaking old-time religion. Give me the old-time religion. It's good enough for me. Who told them old-time religion is good enough for you now? It's come and gone. It is restoration time.
Amen.
So you see, you're on point.
I'm on point. Amen. Prophetically.
Yes.
Because anytime I get hold of you, I just try to get a little bit of your knowledge into prophetic things. So prophetically, can you share with us some of the things that are about to happen?
It's all in the books of the prophets. Hosea wrote it. Isaiah wrote it. Zechariah wrote it. It's all there. And Jesus came to reaffirm it. In Matthew chapter 24, nations will come down or will crash. Kingdoms, human beings will be in trouble. One disaster after the other. Earthquake here, famines here, pestilence here. So those are the things that are going to happen. Nations and what they rely on, which is called money, which is their strength, it will die. It is in the book of Haggai. It says, and I will shake all nations, and the desire of all nations shall come. Some men of God, because of the Dake's annotated Bible they read, they said that it's talking about Christ. No, it's talking about money. It said, and I'll shake all nations, and the desire of all nations. Do you know the desire of all nations? It's not Christ, it's money. Then he said, when that one, what they desire, it will come. They say, I will fill this house with glory. And the glory of this latter house shall be greater than the former. What is he trying to say? Everything about man will come down. Business crash, nations, everything go down. Banks will just go. And do you know what is going to happen now? Now banks will see that their finances are dwindling. Do you know what they will do? They will start merging. God is a wise God. He will let them merge. Merge, pam. They all
will crash together.
You see, the wisdom of men are going to fail them. It will take only those who have understanding of the time and what they should do. And what they should do now is that let's just seek the principles of restoration, the principles of recovery, the principles of restitution. The church is going to enjoy. Some of us want to, now we are ready to lead Christians into good life, that the unbeliever will say, what is happening? Why are they enjoying
this God of yours?
Let me just go to their God and join them and go into the same covenant with their God so that he changed my life. And that is what Daniel prophesied and said, those who know their God. He was prophesying about time. They shall be strong and they shall do exploit. That means those who don't know God shall be weak. But the church pulled it all out of context. And anytime you pull something out of context, you're a con man. The thing was given for a reason. Now you've put it out of context.
Your own.
So you're a con man. You've conned them. And that's what is happening now. And because some men of God had the voice in the 80s and 90s, they still want to be relevant without understanding of the time and the message.
Of the time.
What we said in the 80s, 90s doesn't matter now. The times have changed. In the 90s, I came and I saw it. Everything was working. 80s, everything was working. 70s, I saw some. Everything was working. But now,
so difficult.
Before President Rawlings left office, when he came, he said he's coming for the poor and the rich to be at level. But when he left, he said that, no. Everything is going down.
It didn't happen.
Then President Kufuor came, he said he's coming to change our lives. Then he said every young Ghanaian must go and register his name so that they'll give you employment. They couldn't. Now, late President Mills came and also said one thing, that, can you buy this thing? They said, Ghanaians said, we cannot buy. And Ghanaians were happy. President Mills is coming to change our lives. When he came, it was like a car you can't push. And President Mahama has come. And now for his time there, you can't talk about it. It's so bad. Who again is coming? Who? Nanado? It won't work. Let NPP and all of those people stop the noise. And let NDC stop the noise. They can't change anything. Should God decide that I want NPP to come, I give you 3-4 years. You get back and tell me they can't do anything. You get back and tell me. You see, their way of doing things doesn't conform to God's system. Of making this earth. God didn't make this earth for man to live from mineral resources. Like you hear people saying that Ghana has all resources and we are still broke. Do you know all of us are wrong? God didn't make man to live from mineral resources. God made man to live from spirit and mind. Ephesians 4:23, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. And renewal of mind is not for unbelievers and politicians. It's for the church. Why? Let the mind which is in Christ be in you. So these people can't lead us anywhere. Okay, ask Nanado. Ask Nanado now. Nanado, what time is it? He can't tell you. He only stand there and tell you that she can't change me. Ask President Mahama now. What time is it? He can't tell you. Do you know why he knows? All he knows is that, let's put this on paper. We are going to build Chief's compound. We are going to build 200 schools. We are going to build. And the person I can't stand in this land is a man called Mr. Setekpe.
Why? As a finance minister.
Should I say what I want to say?
Yeah, you can.
He's a horrible man.
Oh.
Yes. I wish I have an interview with him. And I tell him that he's a wrong man for Ghana. Things are getting harder. Why do you get a wrong man for a nation when things are even getting harder? Do you know why? The man knows nothing. All the man knows to do is tax. That's not how we live. all the man knows is tax. But you see, in life, you tax me, you give me comfort. He doesn't know.
So I don't feel it
You
much.
know, that's how it goes. They are taxed all out there. In America, no, they are taxed. But you know, there are certain benefits the nation gives back to them. In Ghana, everything taxed. And some few days, they want to tax what? I think mobile phone. I pray very soon they don't tax the air we breathe. I really can't tell, but I think the president has decided, so I can't say anything. But I cannot be the president for now.
And our program is watched widely. I'm sure the president is watching. So
I hope and pray that my president of this land will sit up and change this man. He doesn't, you see, and he has not been in business. I'm not sure, except he corrects me. So he doesn't know how to deal with business people. He's so far from business people. In every nation, the people who change the nation are the business people. Now, this man is not a businessman. This man, I don't think, has ever been in business. He was in IMF somewhere and was just brought down here. He doesn't know business. Such a person cannot be a finance minister. You see? So, and I certain times I sit down to, I think it must work that way. Because you see, when you're about to fall, you must do a lot of mistakes.
when you're about to fall,
yes,
does that suggest the current political party ruling us is going down?
I'm talking about a government in power. When a nation is about to just
crash,
everything to crash, that's how it must go. Because you must make mistakes to crash. So that's what is happening.
So now looking at all that you've said, can you tell us which nations are about to rise and which nations are about to crash?
Every nation will crash, but some will be faster than others. The nation that will take a long time, because it's by prophecy, which will take a little time before they crash completely, will be China.
Totally?
Yes, the dragon. It will take some time, but they will crash. Because by reason of prophecy, they must be in charge before the church takes over. The other group of people who must see some goodness before we take over are those from the Middle East. That's all. America, forget them. They are gone. What is America doing now for any nation? Only going there for what they have, nothing again. America is not helping any nation now. Britain, forget. Very soon, they will rise up against the Queen, mark my word.
Wow, that's a very big statement.
They will rise up against the Queen, you mark my word. And that time, call me again. Why? The Queen is chopping money without helping the nation. What is she doing? Yes, she's just as a queen. Just as a queen, they write their budget, present it where. What did she do? You see, the sad part of life is those nations with kingdoms. When we talk about kingdom, like Jesus Christ, some of us have connected to his kingdom. Do you know what he does? He supplies our needs. Yes. He opens doors for us. Yes. He does his part for us. What does Queen Elizabeth do for Great Britain? All she does is that the taxes they take from, it goes to her. What does she do? This is not a kingdom. This is a chiefdom, like what we have in Ghana. In Ghana, there's no kingdom. Oh. It's a chiefdom. All of them, including Amanashanti, from where I come from, it's all chiefdom. Do you know why? A king is responsible for his citizens. That's why Jesus tells us that when you come to me, I will in no wise cast you out. Then say, come unto all ye that labor and heavily, I will give you rest. That's a king speaking. But when a king now waits to get money from his people, he's not a king. The highest word is a chief. That's what we have in Ghana here. Kingdom, no. The church must now institute kingdom life. But we don't know. We only know church life.
Restoration. Restoration.
share with me the principles on covenant with God?
Okay. Covenant simply means agreement with somebody. Now, when it's called diatheke in Greek, that means Ochiame, what's the name of your husband?
Kofi.
Ochiame Kofi saw Auntie Stacy, and he told her that I want to enter into covenant with you. And they agreed. Covenant starts. But every covenant works when both parties do their part. Now, Jesus Christ's part is to give me secrets. His part is to give me directions. His part is to show me in his book people how he changed their life, for me to believe that the same thing he did for others, he can do it for me. That is his part. Maybe there are other few things he must do. Our part is to search. Proverbs chapter 25 verse 2. It is the glory of God to conceal a thing. It is the honor of kings to search out a matter. When you become a Christian, you don't wait for heaven. No. You change your life here before you die.
You die.
Because most men of God told us that Jesus is coming soon. So let all your attention be to heaven. It's a wrong statement. Before I go to heaven, I'm staying in the earth. My child must go to school. I must eat good food. I must sleep on good bed. Not sorry. You see, all those things must be told. Peter asked Jesus, oh, Master, Matthew chapter 19, verse 29 to 30. Mark 10, 28 to 30. We have left all and followed thee. What shall we receive? He said, in this earth, not in heaven. No. Lands, houses, brethren. So you see, when we are born again, the sentence is for us. We must have it. The church never told us that. Or they told us that don't miss heaven. Do you know how to miss heaven? It's when you don't have a covenant with Christ in the earth. The day you enter into a covenant with Christ, you are walking on earth, but you are seated in heaven. Can I say something on earth?
Yes, you can.
I know men of God will dispute, but I like it. Sin doesn't stop us from going to heaven. Sin stops us from enjoying the benefits of the covenant here. Righteousness exalts a nation. Sin is a reproach. Do you know the people who go to heaven? It is the people who have entered into covenant with Christ and were able to endure unto the end. The same shall be saved. When we say enter, that means they did not break the covenant by leaving Christ for any other thing. But they sin. Do you know why? In this earth, you can't live here without sinning.
Yeah.
It's sometimes not even about looking at a woman and lasting after her. If you doubt what God can do for you, you've sinned. If you don't, sin is 613. Let one person on this tell me that he can do it all. He can do all 613 righteously. He can't. If I don't even love doing Auntie Stacy good to you, I've sinned. If I have something you come and ask me and I can and I fail to do it, I've sinned. If you don't pay tithe, you've sinned. If you don't honor your man of God, you've sinned. If you don't, whatever is right, if you don't do it, you've sinned.
I've sinned.
Now, which man can say that throughout the day, he was so perfect? So heaven is not for the perfect, but heaven is for those who want to connect to Christ. When they get there, then they enter into perfection. But here, dear, no man is perfect. Jesus said, in this earth, no one is good except God. Which God? Where is he? In heaven. So do you know how God wants to work with us? He has justified us. Romans 8:30. Those he predestinated and called, them he justified. So he has justified us so that even if we sin, it's like as if we have not sinned. Quite now, therefore, there's no condemnation to those who are in Christ Jesus. They've sinned. What sin does is that it stops you from enjoying the best, because sin leads you to grace. Righteousness leads you to favor. So the best as a man of God to tell a congregation is that if you want to sin, you sin. You can't live the best life. Because only the wise shall inherit glory. Now then you tell him that if you want the best life, go for righteousness. I took some few days and I was making some studies. And this is what I discovered. The nation's richest people, they're in a certain church. They're so rich. That church doesn't teach prosperity. It teaches holiness. The people in the church who have become rich, they have become the leading rich guys in Ghana. Then I was asking when the God says that, I said, upon Mount Zion there shall be deliverance. Yes. Then there shall be holiness. Then the house of Jacob shall possess their possession. Mm-hmm. So if you want to see riches, never discard holiness and righteousness. Holiness is not the same as righteousness. Holiness simply agreeing with the word of God. Mm-hmm. Righteousness simply means doing what is right. So the church must get all these things. Great woman, do you know what I see with the church? The calling is true for most men of God, but the sending is not true for most men of God. Mm-hmm. After some of them too, the sending is true, is correct, but they don't understand what they have been sent to do. Mm-hmm. And some are, we preach the full Bible. Are you a crazy man of God? Preaching the full Bible. Nobody was sent to preach the full Bible. You were sent to preach a part, a Bible. Portion, a message. Write the vision. Mm-hmm. Make it plain. What is vision? A spiritual message. Mm-hmm. Or a spiritual picture. So who told you that you should, I want to preach the whole Bible? Mm-hmm. And this our church, we believe in the whole Bible. No church must believe that we believe in certain things of the Bible. Mm-hmm. Every church must be unique. Every vision must be unique. Mm-hmm. You stand for this. Gloriously, we stand for the best of life. That as long as you connect to me, your life must change. Kobi, are you a magician? No. That's what we call divine intervention. That's what we call divine direction. Certain time, God must intervene and change your life. Mm-hmm. Without me, certain time, I must direct you for your life to be changed. Yes. So when you come, we know what we have to tell you. We are not doing church. And then the moment I enter, after Bible, I'm prophesying. No. I try to explain certain things of the vision to people so that they can walk with me. In our place, we make it clear for you to know that if you said you have come to God, if you believe in good life, mm-hmm. and you don't believe that something can bring you down, you're not a balanced Christian. Mm-hmm. Do you know how balanced Christianity is? You must believe in good. You must also fight what will bring you down. Mm-hmm. It's scripture. Jesus says something in Matthew chapter 6. When you get to verse 13, he says that, or when you go through it, this is how he says it. He says that, give us this day our daily bread. Huh? I thought it was good news. Then the next verse. Now forgive us our trespasses. As we forgive those who trespass against us. Then he goes further to say that, and deliver us from temptation. So when you have bread, no temptation is coming. That is where the balance, like some Christians, every sickness, prayer. It's not every sickness which is prayer. Mm-hmm. Certain times you must take it to the doctor. Maybe you are so stressed. Mm-hmm. Go there, get some multivitamins, and get your body energized. Mm-hmm. But every time prayer, and then our cells now break. Do you know why? Because angels won't deal with ignorant people. Angels are not interested in fools. Fools die for want of wisdom. So what is natural is natural. I always tell people who have children, I said, that's your baby. Don't stop saying you should pray for your child to be okay. Take your child to hospital. But when your child comes of age and is mature, now it's a decision. Spiritual here, natural here. I remember a certain man got married and they got into the room and the lady said, okay, we've entered the room. Whatever God has appropriated for us must happen. And the man was still praying. Why? The man was spiritual. The lady was waiting for him. Because that is natural. It must also be done. Mm-hmm. But the guy was too spiritual. 1 hour still praying. 2 hours still praying. Then the lady says, sir, why did you marry? So no, I'm waiting for God. That is ignorance.
He's waiting for God.
And by scripture, it is foolishness. The balance must be there.
Oh, you're Kobi, Papa.
Oh, the balance must be there. The balance must be there. So let's get it straight. Mm-hmm. When it's prayer, it's prayer. When it's working, it's working. It's working. Look at Christians. Most Christians don't want to work. Mm-hmm. And they'll tell them because Jesus is coming. Such people, if it were me, if I get them, I'll have to get a place of confinement, put them there and lock them. Yes, Jesus is coming. But before he left, he called you and told you, occupy till I come. Do business with what I've left in the earth. And by your ignorance, you say Jesus is coming soon. And you keep telling me, Jesus is coming soon. I don't want to meet. I won't go and work so that I miss my soul. It's all lies. We should work. I went to a place a few days ago, handled by a Lebanese. And when I got there, they are practicing the principles we should be practicing. God gave the Christian work. The hands that does not work must not eat. And sometimes, can I tell you a problem we have now? We have so many men of God who never worked and they have calling. And it's a serious problem for the church. Those are and I will say it on air. I'm not afraid to say, those are the too zealous.
Oh my goodness.
Zelo.
Oh my goodness. Zelo too zelo.
Zelo too zelo. 1 zelo. Call me now. If your head is not there, I'll put it on it for you. You live. Who told you? Are you a magician?
Let me share this funny thing. We were driving one evening, and there was this pastor preaching, and everything he was saying was off. So he mentioned a verse from the Bible. Then my husband said, let me check. Mm-hmm. Oh.
I know Chami Kofi, I know he'll check.
We went there. It was totally different. What are the listeners? Yeah, also go to John 3:16. Mm-hmm. Then the guy opened, and Jesus wept. And I was like, why do you miseducate people on radio? And how many people would even go back to check? But we checked because his whole preaching was not together. But not everyone will go through that pain.
He's preaching to which people, the church or the world?
From where he sat, he was preaching to Ghana.
Do you know the problem the church has? There's a difference between preaching and teaching. Preaching is the word keruso, which means don't interpret it to me. Mm-hmm. Just say it as it is to me. It's the same word for prophesy. Tell me as it is. Now, teaching is the word didasko, which means explain. Now, do you know one problem we have now as a church? There are too many men of God who can't interpret scriptures. He can quote John 3:16 in the auditorium. John 3:16 is not for the auditorium. For God so loved the world. It's not about the church. But he quotes it in the auditorium. And the church will be saying, yeah, man of God, move on. Ignorant congregation plus ignorant clergy.
Oh, goodness. Wow, it's always amazing to have him here, right? We don't want to let him go, right? Okay, perfect. Before I let go of you, the text messages and calls that kept coming, please, kindly give direction to your church.
Okay.
Kindly give numbers that people can reach you on so we can super it on the screen. So my lines would go easier later.
Okay. The number for text is 0233 70 50 50. It's for text. Only text. Text only. If you call, that means you are one of those ignorant church members. That's only for text. The one for appointment to see me, 026 25 79 801.
Okay. So we'll just put it on the screen so people can take it.
Yes.
And can you give us the direction to your church?
Okay. When you get to Sakumono, that's where God lives. God is in Ghana, but he doesn't live anywhere. He lives in Sakumono. So when you get to Sakumono, you ask of Cable Go TV. Cable Go TV, Glorious Wave is just behind Cable Go TV. That's where we are serving our God and espousing a vision. God bless you.
Very much. So I'd like to say a very, very big thank you to our sponsor, Fan Yogo. Thank you very much. And I'm really getting like power pack energy because every morning after my hooch, I have to take it in my car. So I want to say a very big thank you to Fun Yoga. I would also want to say a very big thank you to La Palm Royal Beach Hotel, Yas Washing Powder and Yas Sanitary Pad. And of course, to Hooch Corn and Choco Flakes, my favorite breakfast choice. I would also say a very big thank you to Special Ice Mineral Water and Special Drinks. Christmas is coming, oh. You have to rush and make your orders soon so it does not run short in the market. So please make sure that you're getting everything you need for Christmas. And make sure anytime you're out, you're getting your special drinks. It can be ginger, it can be cola, it can be your preference. But make sure it's special drinks for the kids this Christmas. I'd also want to say a very big thank you to DDP. I really, really appreciate all of you. But before I let go of Prophet, as usual, I would not leave him to go empty-handed. So Edna, can you help me with our little stuff? And I also say thank you to ABS Collection for my outfit, to Roji Hair Studio. And Roji has moved now. She's now at Kokompe Eye Clinic, so you can meet Roji and she can give you this beautiful soft hair look. And it's very easy to handle. It's very not that heavy. It's actually not heavy, so you can go and do one of this. And I would also want to say a very, very, very big thank you to Nancy Black for my makeup. Daddy, as always, ebi nam kwan so baby. Huge for say me fa we emma.
Oh.
Na yedase.
What company is that?
Lexter Ghana Limited.
Lester Ghana. Wow. They do what?
Yes. Washing powder, Hooch cornflakes, Yas sanitary pad. You were even mentioning some of the products.
Yes.
And they also have Yas products for you.
Okay.
So Edna will bring that one too. And Fun Yoga also has some for you. Almost away there. Edna, let me put it on my lap. Then later we can pack it. Yes, Daddy.
Wow.
Fun Yoga wants you to eat a lot of Fun Yoga. It's actually not one, it's a lot.
My pastors came with me and I
know
it's
they'll
do justice to it.
Daddy, endorse.
With me.
Oh, Daddy.
Yes.
Hallelujah. Because it's a lot.
Hallelujah.
So I want to say
it's in the Bible. The Bible says, thou shalt eat plenty and be satisfied. Yes. It's in scripture. It said, thou shalt eat, Joel chapter 2, go and read it. Thou shalt eat plenty and be satisfied and praise the name of the Lord thy God who had dealt wondrously with you, and my people shall never be ashamed. So when you eat good, you shall never be ashamed.
Yes. Wow. Hey. Now, Daddy, you know me, I eat. And when I eat, they complain. I'm like, hey, it's my stomach. I want to eat. Leave me to eat.
Enjoy.
So now, if you tell me, I'll tell you, go and read Joel 2. I'll eat, Papa. So, Daddy, thank you very much for coming to grace our first edition of this season. I'm very grateful to you, and we pray that may the Lord continue to order your steps so that you would win this generation for the kingdom. God bless you. I hope you've had a wonderful time at home. All of you who wanted Prophet Kobi to come back, yes, we honored. He's here again, and I know today he motivated you in a very special way. Thank you very much for watching, and always do remember you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you.
Welcome to the end of the tunnel. I see a bright light shining through, and it's just for you.